Well, hello again, and welcome to another edition of the Speed Bag. Today, a little segment I like to call, How Much More of This Can We Stand? So Bellator is getting back into the pay-per-view business for the first time since its kind of ill-fated debut a few years ago. Its June event in Madison Square Garden is going to cost you a cool $50 to watch. But, it is a pretty interesting card. I mean, you got both real fights, you got legend fights, you got Fedor Emelianenko showing up, you got Chael Sonnen apparently caring enough now to do his usual trash talk routine on old Vanderlei Silva, who can respond only by breathing heavily into the microphone. All pretty good stuff there. But lest you think it's just a one-time ploy to get into your wallet, Bellator had a press conference on Tuesday in New York, and there we learned that apparently pay-per-view is going to be a part of the Bellator business moving forward, or at least that's the hope. And why not, right? I mean, if you're in the combat sports world at all, pay-per-view is where you're trying to get to. Whether it's MMA, boxing, even pro wrestling, pay-per-view is the holy grail that everyone wants to get their hands on just in time to save Sean Connery from that gunshot wound. And yes, that is my only frame of reference for what a holy grail is. But see, the thing is, if you're a hardcore MMA fan, chances are you already buy quite a few pay-per-views. And if you're not a hardcore MMA fan, chances are you don't even know Bellator is having one. Well, think about the UFC. I mean, if you bought every single one of the UFC's pay-per-views last year, and you bought them all in HD, which, I mean, of course you're going to buy them all in HD or not a savage, you spent over $700 just watching this thing on TV. That doesn't even count like extras like a Fight Pass subscription or a ticket to a live event, or that sweet Gibler Melendez Reebok kit. I mean, you gotta have one of those, right? You don't want to be the only one in your neighborhood who's not sporting the Gibler. Now, I understand when it comes to pay-per-views that not everybody watches them all. I also understand, or so I have been told, not everyone who watches them all pays for them all. But if you're a promoter trying to throw your hat into that pay-per-view ring, it's a tricky business because you're asking fans to find new room in the budget just for you. It's trickier still if you're Bellator and you're something that fans have gotten used to seeing for free. They think of you as just, a basic cable staple, just on Friday night right after Cops. Now, you have to find a way to convince them that this is actually a premium product. That's not going to be impossible, but it's not going to be easy either. And the UFC has the advantage of habit. I mean, if you're a serious fan of this sport, you just expect to buy a few UFC pay-per-views, just like you expect to buy a few that you later wonder, why did I buy that? That one did not turn out to be any good. Bellator is the new kid here. The UFC is kind of like one of those online subscriptions that you sign up for and then you kind of forget about even though it's billing you every month. And Bellator comes along and it's basically trying to get you to plop down your credit card to continue reading a website that you read for years for free. So if Bellator wants to pull this off on a semi-regular basis, it has to make an extremely compelling case, maybe even more compelling than the one the UFC makes. Because fight fans, as we've seen, they'll put up with a lot. You can lie to them, abuse them, ignore them, take them for granted, and still they'll keep coming back because they just love this sport so much. Yet, even fight fans, they only have so much money to spend.